Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Testing 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Tacheon Warp featured demo extravaganza. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. Wanted to check in with everyone, make sure everything was working okay. And thank everyone for attending. We have a wonderful demonstration prepared for everybody here today. My name is Michael Leidick. I am the founder and co-owner of BackToTheFutureTrading.com. Together with our associates, we've been working over the last 13 years to develop what we believe to be the world's most powerful trading analytic engines for traders in the futures, forex, cryptocurrency, equities, and options space. Our software is unique in that it is entirely predictive. We believe markets are rigged and therefore operating on a time-based code run and manipulated by those in positions of power who have not and never will have your best interests in heart. And so today we have a very special guest, someone who's going to be helping out with webinars moving forward. He's not only a good friend and a close associate, he's also a customer who uses the software for his own personal trading, qualifying, in fact, for multiple funded accounts using the software he's about to discuss and demonstrate to you here today. So we'll wait for Jacob here. If you wouldn't mind, bro, turn your microphone on so we can hear that you're there.
Hear that you're there. Hear
Woo!
that you're there.
There he
How's
is.
that sound? It's my
How
radio
are you
voice.
today? We have an East Coast, West Coast thing happening here today.
Taking over the nation, baby.
Jacob out in California. I'm here in North Carolina, representing the Atlantic. Jake out on the Pacific here today, and we couldn't be happier to have everyone here this afternoon. How are you feeling, Jacob?
Feeling pretty good. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Definitely better than the last few days. That's for sure. Getting over a little cold. So I have a nice deep radio voice because of that. So that's good.
You sound like John Tesh.
I don't know who that is, but hopefully that's a good thing.
Who here knows who John Tesh was? Tell me if you're old enough to know who John Tesh was. Hint. Anybody? Entertainment Tonight? Wow. Yeah, of course you don't, Rachel. I work with children. Oh, man. Okay. Now I have to do it. Now I have to show people. This is John Tesh. He was on a show called Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He had a very deep baritone voice. And if you heard him speak or listen to recordings later, you'd understand. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Jacob here our presenter and pass things along to him. Jacob, as I pass the baton to you, I give you some advice. Take your time. Show these beautiful men and women what you want them to see. Take as long as you want. And everyone here at home, he does look like Owen Wilson. You're correct. Everyone here at home,
my nose isn't that crooked. Hold on.
Not you, John Tesh.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. For those of you at home, as Jacob's teaching, please, this is a rare opportunity, one of many, hopefully, to pick his brain, ask him questions about the company, his experiences with the software, and how he uses it. It's very rare in this space where you can talk to someone who's using the software from a position like Jacob's, who started out as a customer and now went on to turn that very rare corner into profitability. So I'm going to go ahead and make you the presenter. Jacob, when you see that, you're going to choose the screen you want everybody to see. As you hover over the available ones, you'll be able to see which one you're about to project.
Alrighty.
Once that comes through, guys, I'm going to bail out. And nope, wrong one. There you go.
It wasn't highlighting it for some reason like it normally does.
This is why we do what we do. First time.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Monitor 2. My monitor of monitors. How's that?
There it is. It looks beautiful. Guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your time here with Jacob. Please ask questions. And when you're finished here today with him, please consider carefully about moving forward with us. We couldn't be happier to have you. Everyone, have a great journey with Jacob, and we'll see you soon. Jacob, over to you.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Rachel. I see you spying on my webinar. I see that. How's it going, everybody? Who's a customer? I don't even like to call customers anymore. I've decided that I just want to call us people who own the software owners, Tacheon TimeWarp owners. We have the key to the future. Take a deep breath then. Just relax and settle on in here. This is going to be a little bit of a ride. It's my first time hosting the webinar from the start, and I appreciate the opportunity. I really do. I'm going to turn my air conditioner off now so it sounds a little bit better and I can hear myself. Who's a customer and who's not a customer? Who's a software owner and who's not a software owner? Let me look at this list here. What's going on here? Where did you people find us? Whoever doesn't own the software, can you raise your hand? Do you know how to do that? Trying to see. Well, I know a lot of these names. Hey, Stanley, Robert, Daryl, Dieter. Dieter, I don't think are you a software owner yet? I feel like you might be on my calendar. How many non-software owners do we have? Okay. Well, I'm going to do the spiel here. This is, I don't know, when was it? Almost 2 years ago in September, so getting close to 2 years, I ran across this product called Tacheon TimeWarp when I was searching around for time indicators. I was looking at the Schaff, Douglas Schaff. It's supposedly a predictive oscillator, which it's not. And way down at the bottom of the YouTube search, there it was, Tacheon TimeWarp. Little dots printed out in the future. And ever since, I haven't looked back. A couple weeks later, I purchased the software, never even knew there was webinars, didn't talk to anybody, had no meetings. I saw what I needed to see. And I bought it basically, what do they call it? Sight unseen. Sight unseen. Okay. So we're the only company online that gives the times and directions in advance. So far as we know, literally the only company. And we give you the trading rules in advance. 2 days later, adds up the results for pass or fail. So what we do on what day of the week is that? So we release on our website our predictions for certain futures instruments in advance. So if you go on our website here, or we'll get into this in a little bit later, I'm just going to do a basic overview. These times are printed out on our website in advance of the meeting for Wednesday, and we're having the meeting today. So all of these screenshots were emailed to what, 4,000, 5,000 customers and non-customers alike, software owners and non-software owners alike, last week. So there's no possible way that these can, I mean, we have 5,000 witnesses basically that these these signals are not changed or manipulated in any way. We'll just scroll down the list. We got the ES 5-minute, 3-minute, CL 3-minute, oh, so on and so on, gold, FDAX, YM, NQ, few, just only one minute EQ, Euro USD, on and 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 on. And there's basically no way for us to pull any shenanigans. I mean, just to be honest, like there are no shenanigans here. I'm a customer who ended up wanting to work with Michael and Ron and Rachel, and that's what I'm doing. Okay. My biggest thesis is that although the world looks messy and chaotic, if you translate it into the world of numbers and shapes, patterns emerge, and you start to understand why things are the way that they are. I 100% concur with this quote. So what our software does is it sends, I like how Michael explains it. It sends pings, if you will, sonar pings. Picture a submarine sending sonar pings through the ocean into the historical data, looking for rocks, looking for selling times and buying times where there was institutional level selling and buying. And when the software picks up on one of these times, it's kind of like the ping coming back to the submarine. And the software plots that out into the future as a buy window or a sell window. So we know where the rocks are. We know where the rocks are now. Now it's as best as I think that we're going to get as a chance against the big banks. At least we have a chance with this software. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna just chill, Jake. It's okay. I noticed myself getting anxious and wanting to rush things because there's a lot of people watching and I can't see anybody's faces. Michael's probably listening to me. I'm judging myself that I'm not doing a good enough job. It's my first time, blah, blah, blah. Just chill, Jake. It's all good. Has anybody read this book or any of these books? There's multiple New Market Wizards books. I think there's at least 3, maybe 4. Pretty sure I've read all of them. My experience with the 36 interviews conducted for just this book, but there's multiples, and its predecessor. Oh yeah, there was the one before it, Market Wizards. Leaves me with little doubt that the random walk theory is wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. How is that possible? How is it possible that so many people actually do make money? Well, 90% of retail traders don't, but there are plenty that do. How is it possible that there is a random walk? So yeah, I basically just explained this. So we released the emails on Tuesday to all of the clients. On Wednesday, we see what the results were from the predictions, and then Thursday we analyze. So that's what we're going to be doing here in just a little bit. I'm also going to show you some of my personal setups, and yeah, we'll discuss some other stuff as well. So there's the signal, and then there's the setup. Okay, so perhaps we should switch to a trading chart. Let me look over here in the questions. Daryl, you're doing great. Okay, thanks. It's something to get used to. Okay. I mean, last night I'm rehearsing and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm not gonna be anxious at all. I'm excited. And then lo and behold, here I am, and now I'm all nervous. I'm starting to sink in though. I was just on a meeting with a client before the webinar started, and we were checking out the ES 15-minute chart. ES 15-minute has been insanely accurate as of late, by the way. I use a swing 5 right now. The settings that were sent out on the indicator for the webinar, the predictions, those settings are a swing 8, and I can get into what that means in a little bit later. Right now, I just want to show the difference between a signal and a setup. Let me go ahead and add some more signals onto our chart. Right now, we only have 1, 2, 3 in advance, so we'll go into indicators, Tacheon TimeWarp, future signals displayed. Let's make it 15. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I think it's because it's the end of the day and my data feed is rhythmic right now, and I think maybe they started maintenance or something. Here, let's use a different chart that might have some more signals out in advance here. Let's try the YM. Just trying to show you folks the difference between a signal and a setup. There we go. That's enough. Yeah, excuse my voice. Really, just getting over whatever I'm getting over. All right, so signal and a setup. These are signals. So white dots mean up, blue dots mean down. And by up, I mean buying pressure, buying windows, selling windows. These are our colors. My blue's a little bit lighter than Michael's, but these are our colors just to differentiate our software from the norm and to make it look futuristic. And I don't know, I really love the colors now. This is exactly what my charts look like that I'm trading for Apex, my funded accounts. So the signal is this one. This is California time, by the way. Signal here is at 1351. That means that there is a higher probability of the market putting in highs, that the price will go up. There is a higher probability at 1527 that there's a window. So the signal is the selling signal begins at 1527 and continues all the way to 1600. So these are signals. I like to think of white as clouds and blue as ocean. So blue is down. Maybe it'll help if I turn my microphone down just a little bit. There you go. Okay. It's funny, I noticed myself wanting to rush to my normal part that I do in the webinar, which is showing my own setups and then talking about other stuff, but that's not what I'm doing right now. So these are the signals. As far as the setup goes, we have certain rules for that. And let's take a look at the rules actually, because I believe they are on the website. Yeah, people just bear with me here. Bear with me. This is my first time doing this part, but you know, you got to start somewhere, huh? Okay, yeah. We're just doing the signal and the puncture trade. So we'll just show everybody. We'll also be showing how the signals can be traded using one of two simple entry rules called the signal with trend or the puncture trade. Puncture trade is basically just a puncture through the EMA. The EMA we use on all of our charts is the 120 period moving average. So signal, I'm going to show you guys what the difference is between signal with trend and puncture trade. Okay. So let's see, here at 12:18 California time, much time for me, we have a buy signal. We are above for a valid long. We need to be above the 120 period moving average. And at the close of the buying dot, the buy dot, the white dot here, the close of this candle, that is where we will enter long. market enter long. This is where we're going to place our stop. And then this is 1.5. This stop is automatically placed by the software, is 1.5 ATR away from the close of the candle, all automated stop placement. So this is a suggestion on where to place your stop. But this is this is part of the trading rule set that we sent out with the emails for all the predictions for Wednesday. Oh, actually, I'm not even on the right day, but I'm explaining the signal versus setup, and then we'll get to the correct day here in a bit. So we would enter long here at the close of this candle, and we would continue to hold this long all the way until, so we enter here right there, and we hold this long all the way to 1251 and exit. And just for fun, we can measure that on the YM as 85 ticks. So that is a regular signal with trend long. Of course, this would be the complete opposite if we were below the 120 period moving average. So let me see if we can find a puncture trade. That's the one that, okay, yeah, this one works. It works as far as a puncture trade. It's not going to give us much profit, but it does work. So here we go. This is the only other setup that we're going to look at for this section of the webinar. So we have a buy dot, which is a signal against trend. We're below the 120 period moving average clearly. Now, since this is a buy window, I don't like to think of these, oh, you have to buy right here at the dot. That doesn't necessarily always work out like that. So what we want here is we want to go long in this long window, if you will, from here to here. This is our buy window from 754 to 830. As soon as the candle closes above the 120 period moving average, we're going to enter long. Now we're going to hold it until the selling dot, till the next dot. And it looks like this would have came out with a break even +3. And yeah, you'll have that. You'll have that. And then directly after the selling window, we would actually have a puncture. Looks like this one would be a loss. So we would have a puncture candle down through the 830 signal here. And then looks like we would get stopped out on this one. There are very nuanced rule sets that we're not going to get into on this webinar that can drastically improve the results of the software. Definitely don't need to use them, but I highly recommend anybody who's not using them at least get a basic understanding of the higher level rules. This would be a signal with trend at 854. We have a white dot, which is a buy dot, and we're going to enter long at the close of that candle. We do not get stopped out. We hold all the way till 9:39 and we exit the trade. So those are the basic rules for the setup that we're going to go test some markets, and we're going to go test those signals here in a little bit. Okay, hopefully everybody understands. Let me look at the questions here. Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks to you, I've been listening to the Book of Five Rings, Samurai Way. Always look forward to how you apply warp. Much respect. That's awesome, Jason. Click F5 on your chart to fix the panel display. Oh, yeah. I think that's just a habit. I don't actually use the panel display when I'm trading. I just don't have it even on the chart. But thank you. I really appreciate that, Rachel. It's a good reminder. Thank you. Here's a question from Donald. How do you get dots so far out ahead of the time? That is a really good question. Well, you have to own the warp software first of all. That's what this software is all about. Okay, now you're getting me excited again. I feel like I'm becoming myself. Okay, so these dots are the predictions of the past movements of the market. 12,000 lines of code that Michael and Ron have painstakingly applied to this project, if you will, goes back, and this 12,000 lines of code searches the historical data in a defined set of parameters, user defined. There's stock settings, and there's ways to tune each market instrument rather, to possibly even better, more accurate settings. We're using all stock settings on this webinar. So these dots are printed out in the future based on historical patterns that the software has found in time. People can't really see these patterns. These aren't like wedges or bull flags or head and shoulders. These are time patterns. You need software to be able to detect this stuff. I was talking to a client the other day, and I actually am kind of embarrassed that I didn't think about this myself. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm 99% sure that the banks have software like this. And I don't know, something clicked in my head. I think at some point I thought, well, yeah, the banks probably have some software similar to this. But somehow, for some reason, the way that he said it, and maybe the way that I was feeling, and I don't know, it felt like nefarious or something, like the banks had something like what we have, and that they were using it, and they are using it. And that's the thing. They are, if they do have something similar to this, they're using it to take the 95% of retail traders' money, like candy from a baby. I gotta pop a mint here for a second. I get all worked up when I think about the banks taking everybody's money, running stops, getting people excited. Does that answer your question, Donald? As far as technically with the indicator, you can tell the indicator, TimeWarp, Tacheon TimeWarp, you can tell it how far you want the signals to print out. We can print these signals out on a 3-minute chart up to a week in advance. We will know on if we wanted to, next Tuesday, at next Tuesday morning, what are my signals? We could literally get the software to print those out. We would know in advance. And then you could put alerts on the signals. You can know when they're coming. You can go you can make breakfast knowing that you don't have a trade coming up for another 45 minutes. It's really helped me with, I struggle with over trading. I'm sure nobody here in the webinar has ever struggled with over trading before. No, it's not a common thing at all. Oh yeah, Warp has transformed my trading on so many levels, technically and monetarily, let alone psychologically. One of the main reasons that I was so stoked when I started watching the Back to the Future trading videos almost 2 years ago was I could see how much a software like this could help me, if only for the fact that I've spent money on it, and because I spent money on it, I want to follow the rules. I don't want to break my rules. I just spent money on this professional, institutional level, pro grade software. Why would I overtrade and do dumb things when and so not just that, but the fact that there's these windows in time where I'm only allowed to do one thing. I constrained myself in a sense, I guess, by spending money on something. I intentionally did it. I saw this hope that my overtrading would eventually stop, because it's like I made a commitment to myself in dropping some money on pro grade software, and it's paid off. It's totally paid off. I have 3 funded Apex accounts now, and I had a certain individual reach out to me to trade his account for him personally. Now, could I have done any of that without TimeWarp? Maybe, Would it have been extremely stressful? And I don't know. Personally, I don't think I could not have done it. Absolutely not. Back to the Future in general, the company itself, Michael and Ron and Rachel, the support and help that they've given me over the last almost 2 years, that's been worth the price of the product just right there alone. Yeah. Overtrading, the addiction with no cure. See you, Daryl. The addiction with no cure. Well, the closest thing I've got to a cure is purchasing Warp. It has substantially 95% quelled my addiction to overtrading. Yeah. So I think we all get the point here, right? I think a lot of you guys are customers. Okay, where are we? So we got the part. Okay. Yeah, so these are okay, we already went over all that. Yes, yes. Crossover, that's the punch through. Yep. Make sure with trend, went over that. Oh, okay, now we're getting into my jams right here. I don't know if anybody is trading daily or has ever traded and has not read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, please go read it. Please read it. I've read this book, and by read I mean listen to on Audible, because who reads books anymore? I've listened to this book on Audible 6 times. I was going to be successful in trading if it killed me. I'm never going to give up. So I'm just going to read this just because I like reading it. From Mark Douglas, the grandfather, if you will, the godfather of trading psychology. I really do think that Mark Douglas started it all. There's other trading psychology books, but this is the Bible. There's another gentleman named Randy Howell, who I took his trading course, his trading psychology course, and he helped me get the intellectual level of understanding that I've achieved through Trading in the Zone. Randy Howell helped me get it into my body, into my somatic awareness. There's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that defines an edge. This truth makes trading a probability or numbers game. When you really believe that trading is simply a probability game, I just love this part. My brother trades, and I'm slapping him out of it as much as I can, but he still says things like this, concepts like right and wrong, or win and lose, that no longer have the same significance. As a result, your expectations will be in harmony with the possibilities. As a result, your expectations will be in harmony with the possibilities. Absolutely. Thank you, Mark Douglas. Oh yeah, this is an extra bonus that I added to the PowerPoint yesterday. This is from Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone, 5 Fundamental Truths. There was a point in my trading, and I probably should do it again, where I used the text function in Ninjatrader and wrote all of these rules out and pasted them on my chart, and I would drag the little text box around to be right in front of my face for every single trade that I made. These and the next slide that I'm going to show. So Mark Douglas, the 5 Fundamental Truths of Trading. Number 1, anything can happen. That rule just right there makes me so much more able to stay in trades. And that's one thing with Tacheon TimeWarp. You need to have these 5 fundamental truths of trading down, and you need to have the 7 principles of consistency down pat, 100%. Print them out, put them on your refrigerator, put them in front of your face on the trading screen. Number 1, anything can happen. Number 2, this is another one of my favorites. You don't need to know what is going to happen next to make money. Number 3, there's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that defines an edge. And that's what we're getting at here. We have an edge on the markets that no other company, to the best of my knowledge, can offer. predictive signals based on real historical data. I mean, Ninjatrader is I mean, it's premium. It's a premium platform. There's a reason we use Ninjatrader and not some MetaTrader. We need to have access to accurate historical data for our 12,000 lines of code to run through to make these predictions. Number 5, every moment in the market is unique. Oh, that one, just these 5 are just burned into my head so well. Okay, numbers, the 7 principles of consistency. This is like the every trade I go through these before I enter. Number 1, I objectively identify my edge or edges. Number 2, I predefine the risk of every trade. So we have our edge, we have Tacheon TimeWarp, we have a very simple set of rules, and there's more complex stuff that we can add on to it that can make the win rate even better. It's not even really that complex. I could literally teach my mom how to do my more complex, sorry mom, my more complex trading methodologies. It's not that hard. The hard part is scanning the historical data and getting the times right. Well, I don't have to do that. I have Tacheon TimeWarp for that. I predefine the risk of every trade. Well, Tacheon TimeWarp does that for me. It puts the stop where it's going to put it because the ATR says, and that's where I put my stop. It's literally what I do. No choice about it. Number 3, I completely accept the risk, or I am willing to let go of the trade. Number 4, I act on my edges without reservation or hesitation. How many people have an immense amount of trouble with number 4? I do. I still struggle with it, but I am 90% better than I was. And Tacheon TimeWarp has helped me in it substantially. I know, say for instance, that I have a trade coming up in 15 minutes, and then if I don't enter that trade that I know is coming 15 minutes in the future, if I don't enter, then my next opportunity is, I don't know, 45 minutes away. And by then, who knows? I might have an appointment or have to do something else. Excuse me, but with TimeWarp, I know where I need to act. So it helps me a lot with number 4. Number 5, I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. Number 6, I continually monitor my susceptibility for making errors. That's one that I recommend every trader should have a meditation practice. I've been meditating for, I don't know, probably close to 9 years, 20 minutes a day, twice a day. Number 7, I understand the absolute necessity of these principles of consistent success, and therefore I never violate them. Okay. Ooh, look at those. Look how nice those equity curves look. I wonder how those were achieved. Tacheon TimeWarp, that's what did it. And me and my psychology, and Ron and his amazing grasp on his psychology, but all from the foundation of Tacheon TimeWarp. So the equity curve on the right is Ron Gardner's pro room equity curve. Looks like this is, I squeezed it down pretty small. I can show a bigger slide. Looks like it's from the first January 2021 to I think it's, yeah, the middle of last month. And that top line there is 100,000. That's all with one mini contract on crude, ES, and the Russell. This one on the left here is a brand new equity curve that I printed out today. So I just qualified for yet another Apex account. These numbers over here on the side are ticks in ticks. And this was all using TimeWarp. So is trading a guess about the past or the future? That's a good question. That's a good question. This is just what happened now, what happened a while ago in the past. This is what is likely to happen next based on modern predictive modeling. So that's anything is possible in the market, but I want to know where my probability lies. And that's the beauty of time predictions. I want to know when, yeah, I kind of already went over this. I want to know when in the future to be proactive versus reacting all the time with lagging tools. that goes back to how I feel like I'm almost cured from the over trading thing. I don't react anymore. I'm proactive. I know when my trading times are coming. At least the windows. I at least know where the windows is. I know I have a 15-minute window where I can buy the Nasdaq in a certain window. Yeah, we're not on a level playing field with the big banks and the institutions. And TimeWarp, it goes back through the historical data and it finds those times and it levels the playing field for us. Not sure if anybody's ever seen this website. If you just Google violation bank institution, was it violation tracker website, something or other. I can Google it and if anybody's that curious. But I took the screenshot the other day of the penalties that the banks they'll just keep paying them for doing nefarious whatnots. And you can click on, you go to the website, you can click on these and it'll get super detailed on what all these infractions were, all these illegal activities that the banks do. And they just keep doing them. The government slaps them on the wrist, says pay a fine, and then the government doesn't really ask them to stop because the government's making money on it. Why would they? It's a cycle that we as retail traders get caught in the middle of. And with TimeWarp, we have a chance, a really good chance of being on the side of the big money. It's like a dog sniffing around for the good stuff. That's the Tacheon TimeWarp doggy. Oh, has anybody ever seen that? I can't. I don't want to play a YouTube video, but if you search on YouTube for basketball passing, I don't want to spoiler alert it, but the basketball passing gorilla. Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen that video, I highly recommend checking it out. But now I probably ruined it because I said gorilla. Anyway, we simply assume that the way we see things is the way that they really are, or the way that they should be, and our attitudes and behaviors grow out of these assumptions, 100%. Oh, look, there's the video right there. Forgot I actually posted that in there yesterday. I don't think it lets me copy. Anyway, yeah, so we're looking for the tracks the big money leaves behind. That's what we're looking for. That's what Tacheon goes and sniffs out. I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on this particular part of the webinar, but this webinar is it's for non-software owners, and I think Michael's right. Slow down and really explain what the software is for, how it or what it does, what it looks for, because we want more people on board with us. I got this thing in the back of my head where I have to be showing new things and get to the charts as soon as possible because people who already own the software need to see more stuff. Like, do you own the software? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're looking for the big tracks, the big footprints from the big boys and girls institutions. I actually just saw this slide for the first time ever yesterday, and I thought it was quite I don't even know what I want to say. I don't really want to say mind-blowing, but I like seeing all these things written down in one spot, because when you look at corporations and the filing deadlines that they have and payment disbursements and just the internal structure of any given corporation that is part of an index, say, I feel like it's pretty easy to imagine that there are repeatable patterns in buying and selling because of these procedures and regulations. It's going to be way too complex for people like you and I to figure out, especially in the realm of predictions. And well, that's why the 12,000 lines of code exists, to find stuff kind of like this and plot it out in the future. Here's the possibility of, selling happening and buying happening. Yeah, that's the trail. We're looking for the trail. Tacheon TimeWarp's looking for the trail. Just looking at a couple of questions. Yeah, totally, Mark. Totally. Institutional traders are those who trade on behalf of others and include hedge funds, investment banks, brokerage firms, commercial banks, mutual funds, pension funds, insurance companies, and large investment advisory firms. They trade large blocks of shares and therefore command a better price and literally move the market. An individual investor selling 100 shares has no influence on the market compared to institutional investors looking to move hundreds of thousands of millions of shares through high frequency trading, algorithms, flash orders, dark pools, and insider trading. I don't know if anybody's ever has read Dark Pools, but really cool book, by the way. When Goldman and others upgrade a rating on a stock, watch for the sale of institutional shares after that. When they downgrade a stock, watch who buys. The large brokerage firms do not and never have had your best interests at heart. Really? You don't say. Oh, look, there they are. There they are. The penalty payers. Man, sometimes, I mean, I'll not even sometimes, every single day, I'll have at least one or two trades where I enter based on a time warp signal, and it's dumbfounding. Or even if I'm not entered at that particular moment of the signal, so say it was like my exit signal, like suddenly the buying just stops and it turns into spinning top or doji, and then it consolidates. It's insane to watch Tacheon TimeWarp in real life action. Oh, look, there's us, 90% of traders. There's Goldman Sachs right there. It's all about the Japanese candlesticks. A lot of Japanese stuff when it comes to trading. Renko bars, candlesticks, Ichimoku clouds, a lot of Japanese stuff. This is my own little addition. You guys probably see me throw this slide up. There's Goldman Sachs. There's us. Goldman Sachs don't care. Look at them, just chilling, walking away. Took all our money. I want to be this samurai here. I want to be the guy walking away. Sorry, 90% of other retail traders. I'll take your money. I don't care. I really don't. If you haven't, if you're not, if you haven't figured it out, then I mean, trading's ruthless. Trading is a ruthless endeavor. I mean, listen, like, look at the pit traders. Those guys are insane. You think those guys are gone? They're not gone. They're just not as visible anymore. So what we want to do is I want to be the drafting car. Yeah, go ahead, bank, pave the way for me. Let me get on. Let me get in there, and I'll take some of that. I'll take some of that on the side. I'm sure you guys are familiar with what drafting is. Yeah, and by us right here. So here's you. We want to put you in the race car, right? We want to put you in the race car, and then Ron and Michael and myself and Rachel, we want to help you folks succeed. Okay, so let me get to some charts here. Yeah, 155. Yeah, we usually go like to like 1:30. It seems like. Sorry, that's my time. 2:30. So we'll go for like another half hour or something. Okay, so what chart should we do here? Does anybody want to see anything? Let's get some interaction going on. Let's look at some charts. I'm done yapping. Well, I'm not done yapping, but I'm done yapping with that slideshow for a while. Should we look at today? I mean, you guys can look at the ES Daily. All right, let's look at it. Let's see. ES Daily. Let's double check and make sure that I haven't messed with the signals. Oh, I think I have to load some more data here. Hold on. There we go. ES Daily. Any particular day or week or month that you want to see? Well, this is a sell signal here. It's a sell signal short. We would enter, if we're buying and holding, we would have entered here at the close of this candle, and then we would have exited at the buy window. Is there anything you wanted to see in particular about the ES daily? I don't really use daily charts. And by don't really use daily charts, I mean I never use daily charts. We can take a look at it though. You know, these might not be the best settings for the ES daily. Let's look at the settings just to make sure that we're not. And I want to also flag out a bunch of trades and just draw up like a little equity curve for us as well. What are we at? Swing 8, calendar days, 714. Yeah, that's stock settings out of the box. Am I going to talk about how to use fibs? What do you mean by fibs, Jerry? So there's the ES daily. I don't know what you want to see with the daily exactly. I don't even know how to trade daily charts. I look at that daily and go, there is no way on God's green earth that I'm going to hold a trade for more than like 20 minutes. Oh, setting your targets? Oh, with my risk reward tool? Yeah, we can look at that in a little bit. I do want to just flag out at least one or two charts though. Let's see. Oh, you know what I do want to show you guys? Here, I want to show you the 15-minute on, I'm going to go a little bit off a script here. I don't use swing 8. I use swing 5 on everything. So I have been studying this 15-minute ES for a little while now. I'm just going to move the stop to out of the box, which is 1.5 ATR. And the timestamp is the same thing. And anybody who does not own the software, I want everybody to know right now, since it's been about an hour, please schedule a one-on-one meeting with me if you're unsure about the software, and we can have a whole hour just you and I. I really want you to have the software, so we can schedule that, and you can ask all the questions you want. We can look at all the charts you want. We can flag things out. By flag things out, I mean back test. Maybe if we're even live market, we can take some live sim trades together or whatever you want. I do want to just show a couple. So let's look at today real quick on the ES with the swing 5 regular look back period. And by regular, I mean settings right out of the box, standard settings. We would enter here at the close of the candle. So our buy window starts here at 5:45 a.m. I think we already kind of went over this trade. We get that puncture, pull back to the EMA, and then we would exit here at the sell signal. Then we would enter here at 10:15 in the next buy window, and we would hold till 12:30 where the sell signal is. And then I don't trade pre-market, so or aftermarket, so we would still be in a long at the end of the day if you're the kind of trader that's going to trade afterwards. So let's just look at a couple more days real quick here. Sometimes I forget how fast the 15-minute moves. At let's see, 7:45 would be our first signal short. We would enter the close of that candle. This is the simplest way to trade. This is not how I trade warp. I trade warp with targets, and by all means schedule one-on-one with me and I can show you that. I will show some of that here as well. At 12:15 we have a short signal. We're below the 120 period EMA, and we'll hold it until, well, I guess we would just hold it till the market closes. at 1300 my time, so it'll be right about there. So it looks like just 2 trades, and he's hopefully non-customers and software owners alike can see just based on this how, if I only traded the 15-minute chart and I hesitated at 7:45, I'm going to be pretty upset with myself knowing that I hesitated and that the next opportunity I have isn't even at 10:30. It's only going to be at 10:30 if we close above the 120. My next trade isn't all the way till 12:15. So I better darn well act when TimeWarp says to act, Jake. And that's what I do. And then 12:15, there would have been another sell. Go back and just do one or two more days. Where are we? Oh, here we go. We're already in the. Ooh, yeah, I remember this. Oh, this is Tuesday, right? The day after the holiday. Junk day. Well, that's not necessarily true. I made money. So at 6:30, we would enter short at the blue dot and we would exit. Then we'd get a punch through signal here. So our buy window started here at 8 a.m. my time. Then we puncture through the 120 and then we would exit at the 9:30 and that would be a small loss. Then we have a candle close above the 120 period moving average on a buy dot. Enter at the close of the candle. Exit at the sell dot. And then we have a signal candle long at 11:30, and we would actually get stopped out here. I want to well, should I even bother showing that right now? I guess it's not really necessary. I have been lately using a ATR stop instead of 1.5 times the last 7 candles, which is what this is. I've been using for quite some time now an ATR of 0.15. So that takes our stop and puts it all the way up almost to the wick of the signal candle. It would place it right about here. So we would have got stopped out nice and early. And for those people who own the software, that could have been a stop puncture trade. Just one of the other amazing nuances of that are offered, the opportunities that are offered from this software once you get it. Can we see gold, crude, 3-minute? Yeah, sure. I think I actually already have a gold chart. Oh, there it is, but it's not loaded here. Hold on. We'll just go and use this one. 3-minute gold. What contract are we on? I don't trade gold. GC 07? Is it 07? Oops. 3-minute. I think that's right. We're in the right day? Yeah. So here's the start of the trading day, my time here. Just make it clear right here. It's 6:30. Setting targets. Jerry. Who's here? Who's not a customer? Who's not a software owner? That's what I want to know. I don't know everybody I don't know all these names yet because I've only been doing this job for a month and a half. No, I guess close to 2 months. Still, I really like my main prerogative with this webinar is either people purchasing the darn software or reaching out to me and scheduling a meeting with me so I can get you set up with the software. Currently trading 822. Oh, it's 8. Oh, somehow that went right back to. There we go. Does that look a little better? That looks way better. Okay, what's going on with this gold trading? Whoa, super chop. Is this still on a swing 5? Let's make it an 8. That's settings out of the box. Okay, it's 207. I don't want to spend too much more time just looking at charts unless you want to know something specific. I would like to learn how to use it better, sort of want to know. What does that say? Robert, sorry, 1 second. I would like to learn how to use it better, sort of want to have a one-on-one with everyone to learn all aspects of it. Robert, you can certainly schedule a one-on-one mentorship hour or multiple hours with me. We can definitely do that. Reach out to me here. I'm going to put my email. I'm going to leave this chart up here for a second. I'm going to put my contact info in the chat. There we go. There's my email address. I'm going to send my phone number as well. Hello, anyone there? Yeah, I'm here. Jake, 858-205-7827. Call me. So I can leave the questions screen. I will have to leave, come back in. Okay. I think you're back in, Robert. You back in? So yeah, this is professional institutional grade trading software. I want to show you the couple trades that I made today. How about that? How's that with everybody? Let me get my, let's see, I can use any of these. Let me just do this. We do NQ 0622. So I'm gonna show you like maybe 2 trades. Yeah, NQ was awesome today. It was a little funky in the early morning as far as warp goes. Let me just make sure that I have the same settings that I use every day, which are, all I do is just switch the 8. So I keep 714 calendar. Oh, and then I wanted to show you guys how tight I've been keeping my stops as well. So instead of 1.5 stop distance away, I do 0.15. And we do the same thing with the timestamp 0.15. Just keeps the timestamp itself the same distance away from the dot. There we go. So if we're going to get stopped out, we'll just get stopped out a heck of a lot sooner, which can be definitely a good thing in certain situations. So yeah, I'm going to get to that the fib question thing. So here's how I trade warp. Geez, must have been out of it this morning because I actually don't remember this. Is this the same day? Yeah. Well, this one would be an easy. I think I did take this one here. So this 718 signal here, I would wait for a close below. So this is a sell window here, obviously. Selling window. And I would wait for a close below the 120. But additionally, I want to close below the open price line. And for those of you who don't own the software, this line here we call the open price line. It's the open of the next candle or the close of the signal candle. I want a candle closing below the open price line here and also below the 120 period moving average to enter short market right at the close of this candle here for a short. And I place my stop loss a couple ticks above the wick of the entry candle, just like this. And this is exactly how I've qualified for Apex accounts using this system right here. So our first target is the first line here. So I actually hit both targets almost with that first candle. So the first target was 133 ticks, and I trade with 3 positions. Second target was hit either here or here, 270. And then the third position, I would hold until the next signal candle. But what I do is I actually move my remaining stops to break even. So as soon as the first target's hit, I'm moving my 2 remaining stops to break even. So this third position looks like it would have been stopped out at break even here. So that's an example of a simple, it's like level 2 complexity. But at least that way I have targets. I have a definitive place to place my stop, area to place my stop, definitive entry point, very quantitative, and definitive target 1, target 2, and a reason to exit the trade. Here's a long trade directly after. I believe I took this one as well. So now we're in a long window, starting at 742. I would wait for a candle to close above the 120 period moving average, enter long, place the stop below the wick of the entry candle. Target 1 is taken out here. Target 2 is taken out on this next candle. I'll stretch this over a bit. And then I'm going to get to the product page and show everybody who does not have Tacheon TimeWarp yet how to get it, and show my contact information again. And I'm going to offer a discount code, a substantial discount code for people who don't have the software yet in just a minute. But if you actually call me on the phone, and maybe we can set up a meeting, or maybe you don't feel like you need a meeting, but if you call me on the phone, I'm authorized to give out a little bit more of an extra discount, but I'm not going to post that on online, because sometimes Michael will take these webinars and post them on YouTube, and I don't want anybody just seeing that extra discount code on YouTube and using it. I want to talk to people that are serious about trading, who want to change their lives and learn how to use professional institutional grade software. I don't want people out there just yeah, I don't know. I've been sending some kind of harsh emails lately. Sorry about that, if anybody's here. That I've sent that. It's tough love. It's tough love. So yeah, second target would be hit here, and then this was a really great trade. And then my third runner position, I call it my third runner position, I'm going to hold all the way till 818. So you can see how easy a system can be developed based on these signals. It's perfect for if you're into system building. It's such a perfect foundation for system building kind of people. Your EMA was flat or falling, so you wouldn't take a short if it were rising, even with the close below. I don't really care if it's rising or falling. All I care is if the candle's closing above it or below it. And maybe that sounds oversimplified, but that's just what I do, and it seems like it works good enough. There's no such thing as perfection in trading. It's just the probability game, and Warp gives me that probabilities are on my side. So there's a couple examples of that setup that I use every single day. How I qualified for my Apex account. Let me get the PowerPoint back up here again, because I don't want to keep everybody too long without. Let's see here. Bear with me. Don't forget, this is my first time doing the whole thing. We're pretty much there though. Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, reach out to me. We can get a lot more detailed. Oh, I need to go to slideshow from current slide. There we go. Reach out to me. Let's You win battles by knowing the enemy's timing and using a timing which the enemy does not expect. Look, there's the Book of the Five Rings right there. Miyamoto Musashi, right there. I actually practiced the art of Iaido, which is basically a quick drawing of the katana. Right here behind me, actually, I have a fully legitimate, made in Japan Hakama samurai uniform, which I will be getting into shortly after this webinar to do some Iaido practice, because I've been sitting at the desk all day. But I'm pretty stoked because I qualify for 2 Apex accounts today using Tacheon TimeWarp software, Back to the Future stuff. So for anybody who doesn't have the software, we're going to give you the software. We're going to give you the setup and the training, extensive training, however much training you can handle. We have videos for that. What the cool thing is, you really don't need that much training. What I showed you right there with my little setup with the targets, that's all I need. It's not that complicated. It's not like learning how to read order flow. Oh, good. Give me a break. There's no way. I've tried to learn how to read order flow and tier 2 data and all that stuff. No thanks. No thanks. We'll give you the training, we'll give you the discount, and like I mentioned before, give me a call, shoot me a personal email or a personal text. I really want to talk to you to give you the extra discount, because I just want to make sure you're worthy. Well, who said that? Anyway, and we're going to give you a trading future based on truth. Time is the most important factor of all, and not until sufficient time has expired does any big move start up or down. Anybody heard of W.D. Gann? He's one of the most successful and most genius traders of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Look how good looking he was too. Look at that handsome chap. Time is the most important factor in determining market movements, and by studying the past records of the averages of individual stocks, you will be able to prove for yourself that history does repeat, and that by knowing the past, you can tell the future. There is a definite relation between time and price. W.D. Gann again. Oh yeah, a successful trader studies human nature and does the opposite of what the general public does. What does the general public do? Use lagging POS, excuse the French, POS indicators. That's what the general public does. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that my stochastic is overbought, and I would need to see a cross at the same time as the trend line break, and as long as my MACD is also crossing and the histogram is below the 0 line, and it's a 32.8% retracement, as long as all those factors are, well, I also need a negative volume bar, and the previous bar should have been 1/5 of the previous bar of that. Dude, just get TimeWarp. Just get TimeWarp. Seriously. You wouldn't take long if it were rising. Okay, I already got there. I think I saw. Okay. Why is Jake showing hammers? What's up with these hammers? What hammer do you think the banks were using? I'm guessing this yellow sledgehammer. What hammer do you think 90% of the retail traders who won't spend money on professional grade tools are using? I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, little child hammer. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, let me show up to a construction site. I just got this new job as a carpenter. I'm a little new to carpentry, let alone I've never been on this job site before. I'm gonna be working with a bunch of burly dudes. I'm gonna go to Home Depot and I'm gonna buy some tools. What hammer do you think I should buy? Yeah, I'm gonna buy this little grandma hammer here. No offense, grandmas. This child's hammer, and I'm gonna show up to a legit construction site, building site, with this hammer on my tool belt. You laughed off the job site. I want this $10, $5 hammer. I want to show up with the right hammer for the job. I'm showing up with this blue one because, yeah, okay, cool. Maybe it's 10 times more expensive than this little hammer, but what is this little hammer going to do? You got to spend money to make money. I've run multiple businesses, and And I've never run a business where I didn't have to spend money. So when traders get into trading thinking that they're just going to figure it out based on free YouTube videos and lagging indicators, I mean, I've been that person and I've learned my lesson. It's not worth it. Get professional grade software from people that you can actually talk to. Like myself, I will actually answer the phone. I challenge anybody who's not a software owner to go out and find me a trading software company where you can call someone and talk to someone on the phone and ask questions, who actually trades, who uses the software every day, who can prove it. And yeah, I hope you do find a software company out there for trading that does that, but I think it's going to be kind of challenging. Anyway, give me the damn blue hammer. That's the one I want. I don't care if it costs more. I want the best tool for the job. That's the way I look at trading, like a business. Got to spend money to make money. And we have a serious choice to make, people who don't own the software. Free lagging indicators, 95% of retail traders use, or a one-of-a-kind professional institutional grade trading software. This is my own little catch line I kind of got a little chuckle off of last night when I came up with, why wait, invest in your future with Back to the Future trading, get it? So here we go. Included 2 lifetime licenses, free lifetime updates on Warp, free the white glove installation and setup. Rachel will literally log on to your computer more or less, kick mouse control and set everything up for you, go through all of the settings, free video archive. Here's the, oh, I guess it looks like I didn't finish writing. I was really tired last night. Like I said, I'm getting over a cold. Just wait, my webinars are gonna get better. So the limited promo code is Warp Off. That'll get you $500 off. But if you call me, I'm gonna give you another promo code, and that promo code is just call me. Just kidding. Just call me is not gonna work, but you have to call me. Purchase today here. I hope that anybody who hasn't bought software already knows what it costs. Sometimes I wonder if it's best just to start with that. I actually do that when clients, I'm talking to clients after I'm done my day trading. I've been doing that lately. Like, here you go. Here's what it costs. Do you still want to stay on the call? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, people love it. I really love my one-on-one meetings. Getting better at those. Let me pull up the product page so you can see exactly what it looks like on the product page itself. Where is it? Well, it's not coming up. It's behind my other. There she is. Let's drag that on in there. There it is. Here's a product page. I'm going to copy and paste this into the chat. There you go. Send to all. Okay, so we're going to scroll all the way down. So what we do is you go to Back to the Future. This is where you'd start out. Go to the product store. Tacheon TimeWarp. It says right there, look, institutional grade time cycle. And if the software doesn't work for you, let you know the secret. It's not the software. Who said that? What are you saying? That it's the person's psychology is maybe a little screwed up? Well, maybe. I've never run into a trader who could use a little work on their psychology. It's not the software. Software gives us an edge. Oh, I showed the equity curves. I could show a heck of a lot more equity curves, and I could show a ton of Excel data as well of historical trades. Make sure I'm not missing any questions. Look, there's the price. To me, when I see $2,400, I remember when I first saw this price. After I saw the videos, and I was like, oh, this is probably too good to be true. They're gonna probably charge money for that. And I was like, I'm not gonna pay. Yes, I am. And I went to the website and I saw $2,500, and I was like, that's actually not that much money in the world of trading. $2,500. Like, I gotta think too much about that. My brother, I'm gonna talk a little smack on my brother. My brother is one of those kinds of people. I have one brother, little brother. His name's Gabe, and I hope he doesn't ever watch this if it's posted on YouTube. He's one of those kind of people that would take like 3 months to determine if he wants to spend $2,500. That guy, he'll spend a month and a half just figuring out what coffee table he wants. We're talking about trading here. We got opportunity costs. Every day that you don't spend the money on institutional grade software that predicts price movements like ours does is a day of money lost. Easily, well, we all know how fast we could lose $2,500 in the market. Like, come on. If you're not willing to spend $2,500 on software, then you shouldn't be trading. Sorry. Just straight up should not be trading as far as I'm concerned. That's personal opinion. I don't care. I'm all about, I ended up buying Force. You want to know how much that costs. But I still use Warp every single day. Sometimes I like it even more than, it just depends on the day. But Warp's my go-to no matter what, all the time. I never deviate from Warp. So it's not even $2,500. Take $500 right off of that. It's $2,000. You want an even better price? Call me on the phone, 858-205-7827. Email me. Let's set up a meeting. You have doubts? Let's set up a meeting. I will squash those doubts with you. We will step on them. We will toss them aside, and we'll move on to being professional traders using pro software. I'm getting tired now. I think I need a nap. What are we looking at? Any more questions? The biggest one you can swing. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Mark. That's the hammer that I want. I want the biggest damn hammer that I can swing. Let me see those hammers again. I'll swing that damn sledgehammer. Give it to me. Sometimes I want to take the sledgehammer and do other things with it. What's cool about a sledgehammer is you can use it to build and create and destroy. It's kind of like a katana sword. Katana sword's all about defending honor, defending family, defending friends, defending yourself. But you can easily turn that right around in 1 millisecond and use it to attack, defend, attack, defend, attack. That's a sledgehammer. Same with even this blue one. You can use it for pulling nails and for putting nails back in. Driving nails, rather. Do I need to talk about anything else? Let's go over. Yeah, so you get 2 licenses. So really, it's actually 50% of that. There are ways that one could think about if it was $2,000 after the $500 discount. There's ways that one could think that maybe it could be half that price. I'm not going to give anybody any ideas, but there are ways. Yeah, so you can put it on 2 different computers. Purchase today. There you go. Oh, and there's also one-on-one training with me, and I'll teach you exactly what I do for how I qualify for multiple Apex, $75,000 account, a $50,000, another $50,000 account, and I could not have done it without Michael and Ron inventing this beautiful software. I hope everybody had a good experience during our meeting. I hope I get at least one person to call me. Please call me. I want to talk to you. I still have some energy left. I want to talk to somebody who doesn't have the software. Let's do it. Come on. You're welcome, Jerry. Okay. I will be reaching out to, eventually I'm going to figure out who you non-software owners are. And I'm probably going to either give you a call, shoot you an email or a text and say hi, just personally, because I care. And I want us traders to have the best stuff that we can get to stand up to the banks in this amazing, wonderful, ruthless world that we inhabit every single day called trading. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next time. I know it is odd speaking. Nobody. Just got to keep doing it. It's got to keep doing it. Got to keep doing it. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Over and out.